Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. Here with the Emirate of, Caliphate of Cordoba now. We've basically hit that spot there, where we are finally beginning to sort of hit a proper challenge. That's basically a bit the issue is sort of in terms of entertainment value of the Cordoba campaign for others. I mean, basically, until you leave Spain, I mean, you're the biggest fish in the pond, which rather means, there's not quite so much there to do until we sort of really, hit open ground. We sort of, hit the Franks and their other friends, where sort of again things really begin, leveling up in part because, they have more time and they haven't sort of directly dealt with me, and of course, particularly because the Franks become the biggest empire, and thus they also have better chance of getting up better troops. I mean, in theory, it could have been a bigger thing here down as well. The problem is, it's just too late once I've gotten there, and it also depends a bit on the personalities of the leaders, obviously. I mean, for example, had I met a lot more aggressive and unpleasant leaders, I probably could have had a harder time, but that wasn't quite the case. That's basically a bit sort of things there to keep in mind of. But now, we're in for with the, Gascony and Provence, and they are getting a bit more headache again. We lost the army here at Narbonne. Girls being raided. I'm forced now to build up a lot of troops to try and deal with this. I don't only got one otherwise army to currently work against the enemy with until that happens. And if that, goes wrong, I'm kind of in a bit of trouble. So I have to work on quickly rebuilding and replenishing as many troops as possible, and so doing it fast, and also perhaps using a few mercenaries here and there to sort of minimize the overall damage. So this is going to be, a bit of a challenge, really, to see how this actually ends up working out. And of course, the bigger question is, will others join in? For example, will the Franks join in there? Will they sort of just decide still to be enemies with them? Could I, for example, also risk, Brittany joining in? So now is where things really become interesting. So let's end the turn and see what actually happens. Ho ho ho. Ah ha ha ha. So on. There you go, Gascony again. Now they're just sort of really just trying to work out my war weariness, which means I'm going to have increasingly large troubles with my armies and over all the rest of the empire. But interesting enough, they're not trying to take the town at all. They're just sort of raiding it and again causing public order issues, which causes rebels, which causes me further headaches. This could look to be a bit unpleasant. There we go, we're up to war weariness 2 now, -4 morale for all my forces, and a -2 public order penalty. So, I mean, I'm beginning to come to see a few issues. It looks like they abandoned Agen, which I shall then swiftly seize. Actually has a quite sizable garrison too. Too bad it won't avail them anything. Ah, there they are. And we get garrison and manorial court. We'll knock that one out since that's basically none of our usage. We'll keep the guardhouse though, just in case. We're obviously a bit paranoid after the loss of the last army, so whatever we can do to make them less likely to do terrible things to me, the better. And there we go, legend. Building up here continually. That one's going to take a bit of time there to sort of bring around. Needs one more turn before we can sort of get some better troops up there. So in the meanwhile, I don't know, throw some more of these chaps and some cavalry. Down here though we can much more fast bring up better troops and thus be a bit more prepared faster to deal with the enemy. Now girl, yeah, it's not looking good. We'll try and set up another guardhouse since they're obviously just going to be attacking there again and again. I'll probably do the same here, just building up garrisons wherever I can to sort of just so far slow down the enemy. So we'll have to see how this works out. We also got this navy here sneaking about, which could also cause a bit of a headache down the road. Ooh, mint. Not that kind of mint. The other one, the one that makes money, not the one that tastes like mint. Convert this into a market village for further income here in this province of Marca Hispanica.
My words are yours to direct.
So, let's see what happens. The Kingdom of the Franks so far just watching. Probably not too happy about Provence and Gascony anyways, and is more than willing to sacrifice them until he deals with me. Another strike there. Gascony's just going for the easy strikes here, but again, it just means the war weariness will keep piling on me. And Provence is so far not really directly responding, which you'd think they do with that big army they just got my other army, but apparently they're not feeling that confident. Instead we got them raiding. The cheeky bastards. There we go, barracks up.
Ready for battle. You there, get to work. At your command.
Not the best army Provence has there, but could still be a problem. Again, just keeps looking worse and worse. Quite frankly.
My lord.
My lord.
You there, get to work.
And of course, these armies are just sort of basically doing nothing while I rebuild them, because I can't just push them in. I risk sort of getting swarmed quickly and crushed. So it's basically only the Caliph here that's doing anything really. And due to the river there, he can't even quickly get at the enemy. Typical.
Attack!
I could of course just go for Bordeaux, try and seize that, perhaps destroying the enemy that way.
Ready for orders.
Unify the entire region under my glorious command, and punish them for not going after me faster.
We take
Yep.
this settlement for you, my
We'll see if
lord.
that doesn't draw out the people of, well, the Provincian Duchy's men. I will leave Agen a bit more vulnerable. If we can take Bordeaux, that's not going to be much of a problem, though the war weariness will be. Great. Looks like they're not having much issues there in Palma. I'm starting to think I might actually have to build up a navy to deal with this. I can't really, since that would leave the province here without sufficient food. At least not in this province anyways. There. Which means I have to choose another province with ample food supplies to turn into a naval base. And this one rather looks to be the one, maybe. Dockyard up, then Cadiz. In Seville we will be setting up a food market, though, just to make sure we don't suffer any food issues due to that decision. We can also upgrade that one. And there we go with that. Whatever large sum of money I had managed to build up is largely gone now. Building up two armies at the same time is surprisingly expensive. Even with all what I've got already beforehand. Oh dear. Looks like the Franks might be up to something. That's an army. I know it. And again. Christ. Can't you just take it? No. It is not fit for us. The French. Oh. It looks like he's finally done with it. But trust me. Oh no. Now they're at it as well. Just striking at my exposed villages. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think it's being overly optimistic here. I'm not... Well, again, it's largely archers. I suppose I can see it making sense, but... yeah. It's that one thing, the reality was another. I mean, our Provence is just... to hell with you, infidels. Right, we're getting somewhere here. Guess we'll that time more sort of sword mercenaries. No, we'll hire some more carry then. Well, no response there, so we'll just take Bordeaux. Leave it a part of the glorious Caliphate. Knock that down, knock that down, repair.
Ready for battle.
Small victory there.
At your command. We fight for
Almost done. And here, a few more of these, then that should be decently alright, sort of go out and strike at the enemy.
at your service.
I hope. And this is going to take some time though before Cadiz is ready to sort of pump out some decent ships. So one more turn, then you can get some Marines. Cartagena, yeah, has seen better days, damn it. Bloody province people. Yeah, I'll show them. And there we go, now we're up to war. We're in his 3 now. My integrity is being hurt, growth is being hurt. I'm taking a large morale bonus, and public order is beginning to look pretty bad as well. So this again is where things begin to get a bit challenging. The Franks seem to be pulling back for now, waiting for their time to strike perhaps, hoping that I wear myself out against Gascony and Provence and piss off! They're just doing everything they can to just make things miserable for me, aren't they? And they took Narbonne too, the wankers. And there we go, striking once more at Cartagena. Of course it's Cartagena that keeps getting raided. With a name like that, it begs to be raided. I'm not sure why, it just feels right. In a disturbing way. And now my economy, of course, is all beginning to suffer a bit there, since I, of course, have to maintain all of these big armies. But there you go. I can now strike back at those twerps. Of course, also build up a navy.
Ready for orders.
It's not going to be cheap either.
We need good strong men.
Go. Building up there, and then I'll hunt them down and end their lives. Their miserable, worthless, little lives. I'll make them pay. Dearly. These dogs who dare oppose the one true faith, because the other ones clearly aren't. Obviously. Go away! Just go away! Stop it! I'm going to be fighting with a huge penalty in my battles now. Huge. That's for sure. Just... no! Stop it! Oh god, they raised Cartagena to the ground. Utterly. Now we're up at 6. Now my replenishment is being hurt as well. My loyalty is being hurt. No.
At your command. Your orders, my lord. Recruiting ships.
Alright, we have to initiate the counter-offensive. Because this is bad. Minus 12 morale.
We take this settlement for you, my lord.
Taking no chances here. I'm just using both armies here because I'm going to be fighting at a massive disadvantage, so I need all the numbers I can get. Oh, woe is me. Kinda want to trade Medina here. And again, maybe not. Trade Medina here would be the best. So much money to be gained from that. Once I've done researching that, I'll be reaching my way towards the trade Medina, wherever that is. Oh, there. That's going to be a very small side route there. Please, just stop it. Please. At this rate, I'll have rebellions breaking out everywhere. And I'll have to fight them, splitting out my armies. No! Don't! Damn it. Strange enough, they're not responding to me besieging their capital. Alright, looks like the Navy of Provence is pulling back, having suffered quite the bashes there as well. Septimania is about to break into open rebellion.
Yes. Sound the drums.
Sound the drums.
Kill them all.
Come on, we need something to just make us look good. Thankfully, the enemy armies aren't going after us yet.
At your command.
One wonders where they are, actually.
We fight for you, my lord.
Yeah, I don't get it. Monk, none, never appear with any of the other armies, but, you know, I'm playing as, you know, an Islamic one, and I get them. I mean, there's definitely something out there going on. I guess we'll go for the astrologer.
Make haste, man.
Yeah.
Ready for orders.
Might just be able to grab a bomb back, which leaves them with no town. Oh, no, we can't.
We take the fleet reporting,
moving.
my lord. We must rest a while.
Of course, Cadiz will also now be slightly better guarded. Just slightly. Oh dear. Well, the counterattack is sort of commencing.
Ready for orders.
How is Charlemagne looking? Well, he's defensive, I guess. And he's kind of happy about me because I'm dealing with his southern troubles. So I guess I don't have to worry about him right away anyways. Rebels. Gasconese. I'm surprised they're gaining anyone up in that garrison. Now I have to double back an army to deal with them, or get that one to hunt them down. Oh no. Right, my army is better equipped, but the morale penalty is massive. does the battlefield look? Alright, I might have a chance, I'll try it. Though I am not too confident. We still have a ton of skirmishes. But we have a choke point there. I've got armoured archers, I've got cavalry, I've got armoured spearmen, I've got some good swordsmen. Able to pull it off, or at least bleed them out a bit. So there we go, that's basically the point they have to cross. So then we'll set up here. That way they'll sort of fire in on the flanks. Or the spearmen sort of just occupy them for the front. We'll save the swordsmen to perhaps try and strike the flanks. Armoured cavalry will be doing the same. Glorious leader shall hang back a bit, try not to get horribly murdered in the process.
Missile infantry ready!
We face only Romans. We must match their stupidity with stern resolve, their sullen stubbornness with courage. Men, I promise you that the enemy has reinforcements. We can break these fools and send them scurrying back to Rome.
And they're bringing up reinforcements, obviously. I mean, we got here massive army, morale bonus. Alright, apparently it's not too big, somehow. I don't know, either way I'm taking no chances here. Taking no chances.
We are losing ground!
Alright, now we're up against 6,000. Courage, men. Believe in Allah, and we shall get through this mostly intact. I mean, at this point, they're basically just waiting for their main army to arrive before they strike in. Have they found some other spot they can cross over? Oh. Oh? Oh, no, they're just setting up there. Alright. They're just sort of waiting until they have sort of critical mass to sort of
What are your orders?
bash through.
Quick march! Double time! Infantry at your command! Spears! Shield wall! Shield wall! My lord!
The archers won't have much an effect on mine, even though they're mercenary archers, since mine have armour, which does make them a bit tougher to kill, really. Which is obviously the intent. There we go, another unit there of guard cavalry. Just another series of massive armies there moving in. Do know they have one armoured unit, and that's basically it here. Mercenary armoured spearmen. The best the Duchy of Provence can pull out. Besides their guard cavalry. Not sure why my archers aren't shooting back though. For some reason they're just sort of admiring the opponent's archery work. For infidels, they do shoot well. Yes, Ahmed. Yes. Why are we being positive about this? I don't know. I guess they killed Charlemagne, who we never really liked. Ah, yes. We could also just pull a bit back, I guess. Yeah, this is going to be a bloodbath. Oscardo and Illusion Infantry hanging back. Ready to strike in wherever needed. And the cavalry is sort of, I don't know, a last ditch effort. I mean, there's so many spearmen, I'd be better off basically just turning into infantry in a sense. Of course, I have to see.
We are
At your command.
Some losses there, just waiting it out. If I get too close, I'll get pelted by the skirmishers. And I don't really want that, since they can definitely kill some things. I mean, they're basically the primary worry here. It's all the skirmishers. They can very quickly turn this battle against me if I'm not careful. So yeah, I'm a bit outnumbered. Again, my only advantage is basically most of my troops have a higher quality in terms of armor. The Andalusian spearmen are sort of in between. They should still be able to do the trick there with their swords. Right, I just want them to actually attack. Looks like my wish is about to be granted. Not. Let's just speed this up a bit. The AI tends to only want to move when it's acting in a formation. Or it's forced to. There we go. Let the massacre commence.
Our orders! We await your orders!
Double time!
There we go. Already a few thousand men are in the process of crossing the waters. Archers are supporting. Oh dear.
What are your orders?
Just charge in. Let's see if we can't block them down. If we allow them to use the numbers, of course, we sort of, well, lose.
What are your orders?
Let's see if we can't sneak up on the flank with a few swordsmen. Strike in there. And they're trying to sneak through already, aren't they? Bastards. Got a few dead people in the water. One spear unit already failing here. And now the rest are just pouring in.
Melee infantry!
Yeah, there's a bit of gap there. We can sort of plug up with some more swordsmen, keeping the rest of the spearmen there to serve. One unit there already suffering due to probably all being sort of taking most of the shots there. Cavalry sneaking up. Whoa. Too much action there for even this computer to handle it. Up close anyways. There we go, the skirmishers joining in.
Units have returned to the battle.
Hopefully they'll hit most of their own. That's what I desperately pray for. Anyways. Archers are doing alright there. Setup was largely solid. They're getting some good kills, in particular this unit on the far flank there, shooting into exposed Provence flanks. Another unit there about to break off, but they've got so many. So horribly many.
Spears!
Are there any gaps we can sort of throw some spearmen into? No, does not look like it. Does not look like it. Alright, they're quickly bleeding out actually, but that's again probably largely due to again to having more armoured troops, but also just the archers on the flanks really doing a lot of damage. But there we go. One unit is already taking heavy damage. I'm guessing some of the skirmishers have something to do with it.
The men are broken and running for
And
their
again, they're
lives.
not disciplined, so they're going to be easier to break. In fact, I've got very few disciplined troops. That's the cavalry basically. I might have to actually forced to throw them in there, in which case I'll have to dismount them and then throw them in as infantry. Otherwise, here, I mean, they might like able to last there versus the spearmen and the levies, and they are armoured cavalry. But the question is, ultimately, they're just going to get bogged down with the cavalry. They're going to get that bonus against them. So, at this point, I'm rather sacrificing an army to slow down the two larger province armies, but it's going to be coming at quite the cost, since ultimately I'm going to gain more war weariness from it.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
There we go. They're breaking. The rest are fighting alright, but the other ones are completely lost.
The enemy general is fallen.
Well, one thing's for sure, if this was an actual battle, I'm pretty sure this river would be flowing red with blood. Oh dear, the general is dead. No, we might actually have a chance now. He threw his life away, the idiot. Much to my luck. Now's the time then to press the attack. Just shot the bastards. The United is turning into a massive rout. Oh, good lord. And the skirmishes are basically too close to be able to sort of throw without, you know, hitting each other.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Looks like another unit broke, but you know, not much to do about that. Oh, the entire thing is collapsing. Just a tide of light blue.
Melee cavalry ready! At the ready! Engage! Charge!
We understand. Our men return to the fight.
Well, that was kinda lucky, I guess. Close victory. I mean, they still have a large as big. I was able to do a surprisingly large amount of damage there.
Ready for battle.
So in this case, I got a bit lucky. Had that not been a river crossing, I'd been crashed. Like an egg.
My lord. Attack! Destroy them!
A few rebels could be dispatched.
March! We fight for you, my lord.
And that's where the armies, they're hiding in French territory, despite not exactly being friends with the French. Problem is, if I try to take Narbonne here, I'm going to have to join the other armies. Guess I'll pull back for the time being, try to deal with the Gascony here to avoid further trouble in the rear lines.
To battle!
Alright, we got, what is this? This is, I think, the Duchy of Alemannia. Bring in one of their own big armies.
Service.
Go. There we go. 90, that's a lot. Being Techniques is on the way. Madrasa, we got that going. Guess we'll build our Royal Alcazar. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do that instead. Save some money for further troops. Oh, we still got that army, that's right. I'd forgotten about that one. Off to Saragossa to get some more troops. It's going to be a bit expensive. Right, plenty of citations. Let's set up some mines to gain us some more money. Alright, I've forgotten out in the Navy as well. To hunt down the Dutch's Navy.
It is an honor to serve you.
Yeah. Right.
At once.
We'll catch the blighters and put an end to them. And they're raiding.
I want our
Down with that. Set up that.
We fight for you, my lord.
Try to catch that. Though that might require an additional army just to have a chance of catching the bastards. Yeah. I mean, as you might have noticed, I've sort of made minimal progress so far. I mean, I've taken a few cities, but I also lost a bunch, and now my armies, which were advancing on France, are now back in Spain trying to deal with Gascony. Those troublemakers. What's Alemania's thoughts on me here? Aggressive, but loyal. My strong empires, they're kind of a bit torn on me, but they could become trouble. They could become trouble. Again, Basileia Romaeon, the theme of Sicily here, not so much of a problem. Since again they're defensive, in that sense I've gotten a bit lucky here that some of the bigger powers are defensive. Of course I'll eventually go to war with the Franks, but well, he's less likely, but you know, so far we've seen nothing from it, and he's already occupied here of course with Nordalbingia, which is up here in Saxony. And of course he's got the other two here, and they're well also a bit occupied with me. So I mean, there's a chance something might happen, but there's also a chance it might not. But I've still also got a lot of rebellion to take care of. The war weariness is still high, which is definitely a problem. Oh no. That's Tarragona. They're really just intent on making as much of a problem as possible, aren't they? They're willing to just go down in fire and blazes, hoping they can set all of my caliphate on fire as well in the process by sparking internal issues. Go away! We don't like you very much. So again, because I had to deal with them, they're now pushing in from the north, these relentless French hounds. Holy crap, that's the first time it's been that bad. Yeah.
Ready for battle. For honor and great glory.
Right, you defend Girona somehow. You move up there to Saragossa, build up. This is
Your
quickly
orders,
turning
my lord.
very ugly.
At your command.
Alright, I think I can turn them into better cavalry now. There we got the horsemen. That's just what they're called now. They're slightly better, I think, but that Actually, let's find the enemy we can sort of make a comparison on. They're actually slower. They have, I think the only advantage they have is slightly better melee attack. And for that I get slower cavalry that's also more expensive to maintain. That does make a lot of sense. I mean, most of those things are gone then from Attila, which had a lot of these upgrades, but apparently whoever gets to make these units is still a bit around there. Good Lord, Robert, he's... Just have him design a few units, but, you know, put him away. Make it nothing too important. We don't want Attila all over again.
At your command.
Guess I'll use some of them now.
To fight for our cause. A noble cause requires noble men.
But I think we shall be stopping here. There's a potential lot of bigger battles coming here. And things are beginning to look pretty rough here. War weariness is at level 7. And I've never had that before. That's quite amazing, really. I mean, you can just tell it's bad as well. The circle is all frayed, battered. Like, you know... You're really in a big mess, sir. Perhaps you should consider that thing they call peace. I know this is total war, but perhaps just a temporary one. Of course, I'm not going to do so, but
Ready for orders.
this isn't going to get easier. This isn't going to get easier right away, that's for sure. My only hope now is that Charlemagne decides not to, you know, make war. I mean, if he does make war with me, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble, because then I'm going to have a large army coming in from the north, and that's going to force me to at least make another army, which is going to bring down my economy even harder. So let's hope that is not the case. Let us hope desperately and fervently that is not the case. But I hope you're all enjoying this a bit more. Now again, with things sort of ramping up, we're getting definitely a lot more trouble on our hands. It's not quite as straightforward anymore, and the penalties are really just falling down on my head alongside all the bonuses, which are slowly vanishing. I mean, I got the Caliphate rights to sort of counteract some of it, which just gives some morale bonuses, but that's about it really. So thank you all. If you liked it, feel free to share it with others. Well, to like it, of course, also as well. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. This is Imperial Cheers, and hope to see you all in 2 days. Bye.